How are you reflecting on Dusty Rhodes?
You know, when I heard Dusty passed, it hit me pretty hard, and I've had two of them that have hit me pretty hard in the last 6 or 7 months. One was Vern Gagne, for obvious reasons. I was very close to Vern, and he gave me my start. And Dusty and I worked together pretty closely for about 10 years, and we became friends. Dusty and I went on hunting trips together out in Wyoming and did some duck hunting and pheasant hunting and deer hunting, and you know, I spent a lot of time with Dusty in a short period of time, and he was a great guy. He was a genius, baby, and in every sense of the word. He was a visionary. He was tough to work with sometimes because he was so passionate and because he had such a strong vision for what he felt was the right way to produce the show. But love him, miss him, and think the world of him and his family.
Well, I mean, let's be honest. I mean, Dusty Rhodes is professional wrestling, was professional wrestling. Many people around the world grew up to Dusty Rhodes on their television when they were watching professional wrestling. And, you know, to have him pass, I mean, it's a sad day for the wrestling world. There's no question about it. Dusty was always wonderful to me. Son's always wonderful to me. And I have nothing but wonderful things to say about a guy who left his legacy in the business.
You know, I can't tell you how much Dusty meant to me and to my career, because if it wasn't for him taking a chance on me, I mean, we'd already established ourselves, me and the Midnight Express and Mid-South Wrestling. And Bill Watts was a great mentor, but when Dusty came down and wrestled us in the Superdome and he saw the team and he heard my promos, he was interested in bringing us to the NWA for Jim Crockett Promotions. And he did exactly what he said he was going to do. We made the money he said we were going to make. We had the runs he said we were going to have. He taught me so much about booking and matchmaking and putting TV together, and at the same time he cemented all of our reputations. So without Dusty, I wouldn't be standing here talking to you right now. He was one of the greatest talents in the ring and behind the camera. And I'll tell you what, if you will, in public, the American dream will never be forgotten.
Well, Dusty was a friend of mine for 30 years, and easily the last decade or more, we talked every week. And sometimes it was on a direct conversation on the phone. Sometimes I actually saw him when I was in Florida. Sometimes it was text messaging, which are classic because he couldn't spell. He spelled words like he said them, so it was always fun to get a text message from the dream. But he was kind of he was that John Wayne guy. And I said to somebody, you know, I kept asking if he was okay. Are you okay? Because he kept losing so much weight so quickly. He said, oh, I'm fine. I'm going to be around a long time. And I knew something was up, but I knew that he wasn't going to tell me. But I wanted him to know that I cared, so I kept asking him. And finally, you know, he never did say, then you don't get sick one day and die the next without something having an issue. It reminded me of the last movie John Wayne made was called The Shootist. He played an aging gunfighter that was dying of terminal cancer, and he wanted to die on his birthday. So he told everybody in town he was going to go to this bar on his birthday, and he was going to. So these 3 gunmen showed up because they wanted to be the one that killed J.B. Brooks. That was the character. So he wanted to go out on his terms, and I think Dusty did the same thing. Dusty reminded me of J.B. Brooks in The Shootist. He wanted to go out on his own terms. He didn't want people having empathy for him. He wanted to be remembered for the glorious entertainer that he was, and you know, he never played the role of a character. Much like John Wayne would say, he never played the role of a character. He just played John Wayne over and over and over. And Dusty Rhodes never played the role of a character. He just played Dusty Rhodes. And that's what made him real. And any wrestler that can be real and they're part of their true self has a greater opportunity to be successful. And Dusty was a part of pop culture, and he's an icon. And was he the greatest wrestler in the ring? No. But was he as good an entertainer and performer? Absolutely. And there was nobody that could get on the mic and make you remember what he said better than the Dream. So I miss him, and I hope we see each other again someday. and he was always my buddy during the Oklahoma-Texas football rivalry. I'm going to have to find another person to argue with that's a Texas fan. So, but I miss him, and I loved him.